This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Pacific to Atlantic, anytime and wherever you are. Join us.
You are watching, listening, and streaming on INCRadio.
Watching, listening, and streaming on INCRadio. INCRadio Canada. Join us. Join us. INCRadio Canada. Join us.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. We are now broadcasting live from Canada's satellite studio. This is Brother Homer Lintag from the local congregation of Rexdale Ecclesiastical District, Greater Toronto. We'd like to greet our district minister, Brother Raul Adalia, and our assistant district minister, Brother Isidro Dinia, and our multimedia advisor, Brother Dan Felsereno. It is 26 degrees here in Greater Toronto, so wherever you are, it's kind of humid. Stay inside and watch and listen to INCRadio. To all viewers and listeners, please feel free to join the conversation and give a special mention to your friends and families in the comment section, and we'll try our best to read all of them out.
Ayun, awesome. And I'm Sister LJ Palomino, all the way from the District of Manitou, specifically in the local congregation of Winnipeg South. And yes, I am with Kuya Homer in person. So I don't have a weather update for Winnipeg. So
You said all the way. All the way.
All the way from 1 inch.
1 inch away.
But anyways, we're gonna intro our topic today, which is heat wave preparedness. Ayan, kuya, heat wave preparedness. But let us know first what heat wave means, or sometimes we can describe it as extreme heat. So heat wave is a period of temperatures higher than what it is normally expected. So they may span into several days, even to several weeks.
Well, to all our experts out there, if you're tuning in and listening in, please feel free to place your comments in the comment section, along with
tips
and advices.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I keep giggling because it's weird, because this is the first time I'm broadcasting live with Kuya Homer.
It is.
So that's why. Ayun. And we also have Ate Hazel Buneg all the way from Calgary that is also on board with us. And also Ate Kathleen all the way in BC, and Sister Zaira all the way in Edmonton as well. But we're going to dive into our topic discussion already, which is, I guess one of the things that the questions here is, how can individuals and families prepare their homes for an upcoming heat wave? Ayun. I guess we live in an apartment, so not really a house, but I know one of the things we do is definitely open the windows because it gets really hot.
That's a good thing, but if you have AC, right? If you have AC at home, set it to a temperature where it will automatically shut off if it goes to a certain level. But obviously, you have to also keep in mind your electricity bill.
Yeah, electricity bill during a heat wave is definitely it's gonna be high. But I want to ask also our other panelists that are here with us, what do you do, to prepare your home for an upcoming heat wave? I want to know Ate Kathleen's, because she's all the way there in BC, like more in the western side and near the mountains. Does it ever get a heat wave there, Ate, in BC?
Yes, hello, hello. Before anything else, and before I answer that question, hello to everyone who's currently listening and watching INC Radio Canada. As Sister LJ mentioned, I'm Sister Kathleen Ga from the District of British Columbia. It's currently 21 degrees here, so it's not the amount of heat currently right now. And as you mentioned, do we ever get the heat wave here? I remember, I think 2 years ago, we had an extreme heat wave here in BC. Even when you're in the mountains, it's super, super hot. It reached about 39 degrees Celsius. So that was very, very hot. And I remember during that time, majority of the individuals and families stayed home during that time, and you often, I think our office, we had to shut down some of our operations, so meaning that all of our workers that are currently outside were stationed to go inside more often and be able to hydrate. And as for the preparation, I don't think we were prepared during that time, because the warning is mostly just like a week in advance, and people were grabbing like air conditioners and electric fans from the store. So there was a little bit of may shortage of supplies during that time. But preparing your homes, I think nowadays our homes are suitable to be able to have that protection, because most of our homes right now, newer modern houses, they have insulations, they have blinds. You can have blinds that actually protect you from heat wave. And as much as I wanted to say, just stay indoor during those times, don't go out, don't go outside, right?
Don't go outside. Exactly. It's right. And also, I bet even like I would say even water, probably like bottled waters
Bottled water.
probably also sold out around that time, because
Mhm.
and also maybe like put cold water in the fridge.
And actually, you know what? I don't know where I read it from, but actually, drinking very cold water is not actually helpful. It's not helpful because if you think about it, your body's not really that hot. So drinking mild water, not too cold, is
Mhm.
it's just enough for you to bring your temperature down. It doesn't necessarily need to be.
So you're kind of how do you say it? How do you say that word? Acclimatizing yourself
Yes.
to the same temperature of the,
Yes.
I guess, your environment.
Yeah, and it goes the same with anything, right? If you heat up something too quick or too fast, and vice versa, you might damage it. Same thing with our bodies, right? I'm just gonna read something here that was from a registered nurse, my sister Faye Carr. According to her, heat exhaustion is one of the risks. At the milder end of the spectrum, heat exhaustion can occur. Symptoms include feeling hot, weakness, and sometimes feeling woozy. So staying hydrated and seeking shade are essential. You mentioned something about your home, right? Your blinds, right? So blinds are a good thing. So if you live in a house that has no blinds, maybe that's a good time.
Try to invest in getting maybe blinds.
Yeah.
Because it also prevents that like extra sun rays like coming through, right?
Mhm.
If you don't have blinds, just put a big blanket on your window so that you can suppress you can block the sunlight going into your window. So that would also help if you don't have a budget to get a new blinds.
Exactly. And what about you at the Zyra over there in Edmonton area? Any heat waves? Like, how did you prepare for it or all that stuff?
Hello. Before I start po, I'm Sister Zara from the District of Edmonton, especially in the locale of Eastwood. And right now in Edmonton, it's actually pretty hot. It is currently positive 24, and we were just out in an activity today for our tree planting, and we were all sweating, and like I think for that one we weren't prepared for the heat because we were all looking for water, and the sun was just blaring on the back of our heads while we were just planting the trees. But to answer your question at the LJ, we would prepare by actually having our AC on, because there's because I'm from Fort Mac, and it used to get hot there, so we would have our AC. And here in Edmonton, I actually have a fan running right now because of how hot it is, and I have my window open to get some airflow coming in and out. But I should have my blinds closed, but it's okay so far. But that's how we usually prepare, is like if it's in the room, if it's in our bedrooms, we have blinds or curtains that doesn't let the light come in. Or if it's in the living room, we just have our windows open and the fan and the door, like everything is just open to get more air in. And we also prepare by having like cold water in the fridge, so we need to stay hydrated in like heat wave.
That's right. That's right. And even I guess typically just even like hot summer days, you would wear lighter clothing as well. Just because when you wear darker clothing, that's where you absorb all that
Exactly. You
that
know,
light
we
too.
actually have a Sister Kathleen has a science degree. How do you explain wearing lighter clothes, right?
Versus darker
Versus darker
clothes.
clothes.
It's hot.
Yeah,
What?
and
Yes, so it's true. So especially if you're wearing darker clothes, so basically the sun has this um, sun rays, and that sun rays, when you usually have a darker cloth, it has this refraction, right? So there's what we call refraction and reflection. So when the black or the darker matter, or when the sun rays to the darker matter, it actually it actually sustains that light instead of reflecting back to the surface, right? So if you have a lighter clothes, it reflects back onto the atmosphere or going to the air basically. But yeah, it's true. So if there's a actually I have a black car, and it's really bad because during summer it's really hot. So it's true that that kind of wearing lightweight and lighter clothes during summer is recommended, I would say, Kuya Homer. But when Sister Zaira mentioned about hydration as well during heat wave, it's also important when we are during summer that we're drinking plenty of water, right, Kuya Homer? Because water, but not the sweet ones, because the sugary and sweet ones can actually cause you more dehydration. So it is important that during summer, I know we tend to drink more sugary items during summer, but drinking water would actually works better for our body to regulate that more rather than having a sugar, because that sugar will actually cause you some more dehydration.
wow, I'm really glad that I asked you. Wow, I'm like,
Blown away. You know what? It's the first time I heard of refraction. I didn't know that. I
I've
didn't
never
know
heard
that.
it since I was in high school 30 years ago.
But yeah, I totally agree. And I also have a water bottle with me that I always keep
And
around.
I guess this is also the reason why we're wearing light
Lighter
clothes. I know.
Yes, it is. It's quite humid here in Greater Toronto actually. So it was good. Anyways, but we'll go on to our next question, which is, what are some effective strategies you do to stay cool during a heat wave or in the summer? Like, do you like maybe eat ice cream or like cold desserts and all that stuff? At the Hazel, what about you?
Hi, yes, hi. I haven't been here in a while, but I might as well make my greeting now. Hi, my name is Hazel. I'm from the district of Calgary. Greetings, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers and listeners. As to what I do during, especially the summertime, or if it's really hot, unfortunately, I do get sugary drinks, but I do have water as well. So guess who got me that drink earlier? So ice cream is a really big favorite. I know Sister Kathleen, that's one of her favorites as well. So we like to eat ice cream. Any like cold halo, for example, is a great way to cool down. And what else? Cold drinks. I'm a big caffeine drinker, so I like to partake in that. But of course, that does dehydrate you. So have your water. If there's anything that you learn for from today. And we just want to make greetings to all the people that are currently watching us. And yeah, that's all. That's all I have.
Thank you, Ate Hazel. One of my favorite drinks in the summer to cool down is lemonade. Kuya. You like lemonade?
I like lemonade, but I don't like the flavored lemonade because
Just the original
I like the original
lemon.
Exactly, lemon.
And that's a good way to cool down as well in the summer because it's nice and refreshing with the heat of the citrus and all that stuff. But I think we have comments, don't we? Kuya Homer.
Yes, we do.
So we have from Sister Chantal Santos watching from Greater Toronto. Such a timely and interesting topic. And Brother Mario Oka said, "Good morning here in the Philippines and enjoy watching. Greetings from the locale of Bringstonville, District of Caloocan North." And Brother Jared Navasteras said, "Hello po, happy viewing from the locale of Midtown Toronto, District of Greater Toronto." And Sister Zenaida was just saying thank you to Jared for commenting there in the comments. And as well as my mom, she's actually also there. She said, "Hi po from the local congregation of Winnipeg South, Manitoba." And Sister Gloria Batugal said, "Watching from Parañaque, Philippines. It is really a very timely topic and we need all the knowledge we can get about heat wave." And she also said, "Good morning." And I think at the Ivy also said something.
It's from Sister Ivy Carroll. When in doubt, go to the mall.
Yeah, when they have AC.
I like that, Kuya. I think I go to the mall more often in summer than the outside.
Go
It's really, really hot.
What else do you have for Kuya Homer with the tips there that came from our register?
Actually, Sister Chantal, if you're listening right now, Sister Chantal is from our local congregation. She's actually an ER nurse, right? So, Sister Chantal, if you're listening there, you can maybe possibly share some of your experiences on the live chat, and we'll read it out of possible, from the moment you accepted a patient with like a heat stroke. And how you promptly dealt with it, obviously, right? Speaking of heat stroke, according to a reference here from Sister Faye Carroll, once more, a registered nurse here in Greater Toronto, heat stroke is a medical emergency. It involves neurological symptoms such as unconsciousness, loss of motor control, or delirium. Heat stroke victims need immediate medical attention. Signs include temperature above 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and central nervous system symptoms. So if you experience these symptoms, immediately seek a health professional.
And even like heat exhaustion too. Maybe get inside as soon as possible, or if you really, really aren't feeling well, don't go outside when it's really hot outside, just to kind of avoid all that stuff.
Basically, listen to your body.
Exactly.
Listen to your body. And if it's not just for yourself, if you see someone with the same situation or that we just mentioned, allow them to get
medical help.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I guess that also pretty much goes to our next question, which is what emergency supplies should be kept on hand in case of a prolonged heat wave? And I think even in first aid kits, Kuya, they have supplies that would actually also help with heat waves as well. So it'd be nice if you have your first aid kit also in your car. That's also a very good thing, and also water in your car. I know my dad prepared us like we were trying to prepare a emergency kit in our car just in case, even like both winter and summer. So like in the winter you would have like winter clothing or like extra clothing and all that stuff just in case there's an emergency that happens. Whether you're just in the city, in your city, or you're going on a long drive, it's also good to have a first aid kit emergency ready.
And it's a very timely topic, so I'm pretty sure big box stores out there do have these things readily available.
Exactly. And who else do we have there, Kuya, for
in the live chat?
For greetings.
For greetings, we have Brother Brian Taknay. Hello from Edmonton, Canada. Hi, Brother Brian. From Sister.
I think my mom was just saying hello to Ate Hazel in the comments. And I believe Sister Zaira is Brian one of the ministers there. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, po, but Brother Brian is our CFO overseer po. So
Ayan.
hello, Brother Brian, for tuning in.
Yun. And at the Zai, do you have anything else to add? What emergency supplies would you keep for any heat wave? If there is any that would come up, if ever.
I think an ice pack for sure. Always have one handy, have one in your freezer, keep it there and like have your first aid because in your first aid, I'm pretty sure they do also have like a on the go ice pack. Like you just hit it on the ground and it should start cooling and you can use that in your car. Also, always have water handy. If not, go buy some if you are out. Always stay hydrated. And I think that's pretty much it is heat pack, ice pack for sure.
That's a good one. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of keeping an ice pack in my fridge. We should probably do that. And especially now that summer is getting hotter and hotter almost every year, if anything. But we don't have humid weather in Manitoba. No, not as much. It's more like a dry heat for us. I want to know for like there in Alberta or at the Zion in Edmonton. Is it more humid or like dry heat?
It mixes. There just recently it was pretty humid and then I think like today was a bit of a dry heat as well.
The dry heat.
Yeah.
At the cat, what about in BC? More of a dry heat, humid.
This here it's very humid. So it's not a dry heat. It actually depends on what area you live in BC because BC is big. So depending on which area you're closer to, but if you're closer to the mountains and the ocean, it's more of humid. I would say, but it could be very very hot as well. So make sure that you prepare, right? Just like what Sister Zaira has mentioned, having a cold pack. And for heat wave protection, making sure that you're always, there's also what you can buy, like the go to electrolytes. So electrolytes are also very essential to bring wherever you are, especially if you're planning to go outdoor activities such as hiking or going somewhere for a summer picnic and you didn't think that it would be very hot, making sure that you're also bringing some shaded umbrellas. As Filipinos, we like to be in the shade. So making sure you'll be in the shade, bring those to go electrolytes would also be very good. You just put it in your water bottle and it essentially will hydrate you enough to provide that extra boost when you're feeling that hot temperature. Also make sure that you bring some towels. Towels are also good, especially if you put it into like some ice, and it will help you to cool your body temperature as well. So if you have the ice packs from Sister Zaira, and then you put that into soaking water, and then put that wet towel, and then it will help you cool off your body if you're suffering from extreme heat stroke or heat wave. And I like
That's
to
right.
bring a battery powered fan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ah.
That's a good one.
Auntie that brings the fan. I'm not sure if you know that, right?
It helps. Though, it
Does.
helps.
It
What
does.
about at the Hazel? They're in more in the Calgary area. Do you get more of a dry heat or a humid heat?
We would get more of the dry heat, which is, I think, a little bit more painful because it's just glaring at your face. Because it's very sunny here in Calgary, with the heat. I would suggest, especially when you're driving, to have like transition glasses. That's also something that really helps you while you're driving because you don't want the sun is just in your face, right? So you want to be able to see who's and what is on the road. But I do have a question to ask Sister Kathleen because she might know more about it. How do you prepare in terms of hiking and what materials should you wear?
Oh, what should
Just
we
wanna talk.
bring? for hiking. As much as possible, as I mentioned earlier, make sure that you're wearing a light clothing, not darker, not darker material, and make sure the fabric is also very breathable, so that especially when you're sweating out, it will be essentially very easy for your body to release that heat and the sweat. So it has to be a breathable. For hiking, as mentioned, bring water bottle. If you're going for a long hike, for example, a long range hikes, there are some equipments out there that can allow you to filter your water in the mountain. So especially when I went on a hike, and it's a very long hike, it was 8 hours. I made sure that I bring those filterable tablets that I can just get from the lake and put that tablets, shake it up, and then you can actually essentially drink that water even if you are in a hike. Especially, you can only bring this much of water, like maybe 1 liter of water on a hike. But if you're on a long range hike and you're not sure if the water is drinkable in the mountain, for sure it is, but we never know, right? So getting those filterable tablets will allow you to get water from the nature. What other things? Like first aid kits, for sure. We'll need that when you're going on a hike. So also during the heat wave, make sure that we also bring in sunscreen to protect our skin from the extreme heat, right? Protects your skin. We don't want to have sunburn or skin cancer towards the end, but that's something that we need to protect ourselves as well.
Thank you for that, Sister Kathleen. You know what? You know what else? It gave me an idea what you just said. Don't forget to bring a companion. Don't hike alone.
Yes, that's a good idea. Especially if there's in case of an emergency where you can't get up, or something, you hurt yourself or an injury occurs, at least someone will be there to call 911. And I love what Ate Kathleen said about the sunscreen, because I just whispered to Kuya Homer, nobody said sunscreen yet. Or I think there's a difference between sunscreen or sunblock. So if there's any dermatologists in the chat, let us know which one would be better, on a heat wave or even just in summer in general, either sunblock or a sunscreen. So,
You know what else you should need to bring besides a companion? Spare change.
spare change.
Well,
During a hike?
if you don't have ice, go to the nearest store
And just buy ice.
Buy ice. Right. Speaking of the comments on YouTube, Sister Chantal Santos, again a registered nurse here in Greater Toronto. I agree with Sister Faye that stroke can even lead to death if not dealt with properly and promptly. Remember that FAST, the acronym, for stroke symptoms, stay safe and hydrated. Everyone.
Yes, exactly.
What
So
does FAST mean?
yes, so for those viewers who might not know, the acronym for stroke it's called FAST. So F is for face. So you would check if their face is drooping. A is for arm. So can they raise both of their arms? And then S is for speech. Are they slurring or jumbled words? And T is for time, meaning time to call 911. So that is coming also from the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada. So that's the FAST acronym for stroke. Just in case, it's an easy acronym to remember as well. So.
It is. We would love to read more comments. However, I think it's time to get hungry.
It's time for pretty much our next segment, which is Ate Hazel. It's
Oh, yes. It's none other than what's in your cookbook. And who do we have cooking for us today?
Ayun. We'll find out.
Welcome to our segment, What's in Your Cookbook? Join us and learn for a new recipe for today. Hello everyone! This is Mommy Seni from Greater Toronto. Wants to share with you my What's in my cookbook. And it's my own version of spring salad or salad plantanière with the creamy balsamic vinegar dressing. We need 10 ounces of red leafy lettuce, 2 Persian cucumber slices, 1.5 cups cherry tomatoes, half, 1/2 cup sliced carrots, 1/4 red onion, thinly sliced. And for the dressing, we need 1/3 cup plain non-fat Greek yogurt, 2 tablespoons balsamic vinegar, 1.5 tablespoon olive oil, 2 teaspoon Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoon honey or more to taste, and salt and pepper. Make sure that everything is washed and try to slice first the cucumber, carrots, tomatoes, and thinly sliced red onions, and then mix them together. Then mix the yogurt with the Dijon mustard, honey, then the balsamic vinegar and olive oil. Then toast them together with salt and pepper to taste. And pour it to the mixed vegetable salad. Bon appetit! And you can toast it with the croutons to add the crunchiness of the salad.
Wow, that looks really refreshing for a salad. And thank you to the Novesteros family, particularly Sister Zenny, for always sharing these wonderful things to share on INC Radio. Also, a special mention to your resident minister, Brother Gabriel Legaspi, who is also our Comedian Edification Overseer here in Greater Toronto. Magandang gabi po and good evening to you, Brother Gabriel and family.
Ayun. And we already have what's coming up next in our segment is See in Action. All right, and let's start off with Sister Zaira there in Edmonton. What's going on in your CFO activities?
So here in the district of Edmonton, just I mentioned earlier today, I was just at our district Kadiwa tree planting. And then next week on July 6th, we also have our Binhi, district Binhi tree planting as well. And that is all I have so far for our CFO updates. Well,
Ayun, I think your poster popped up really quickly too at the Zai, but that sounds really fun. Especially now that the weather is nicer. Hopefully it's not too hot that day when you guys plant the trees.
just for a reminder to all of our Binhis who's gonna be going, please bring some water. It was so hot today for our Kadiwas that we also needed water.
Awesome. And also don't forget your hat and your sunscreen or your sunblock as well when you go to tree planting activity. Ate Kathleen, do you have anything for British Columbia?
Yes, thank you so much, LJ. For District of British Columbia, we will be going to have a CBI Unity Camp. So that's going to be very exciting to all of our students, graduates, or still currently studying. Yes, that's the poster for tomorrow's Unity Camp. That will be June 30th at 5 p.m. at the Surrey Chapel. I'm actually very interested about this. What would they do? So for all of the fellow students, parang students ako, no, right? To all of the students, make sure you join up this is the first time that we're having this in our district. And as well, on Monday, we will also be having a district level Pasugo quiz edition. So that will be very exciting. It's coming up at 10 a.m. On July 1 at the Queen's Park. So I'll be going there, but I will also be going there. So we'll hope to see all of our brethren here from the District of British Columbia. That's it from us, LJ. Back to you.
Ayun.
Ayun. Before I go to our future activity, I would like to make a special mention again to the Children's Worship Service Organization. For last week, we held a cleanup drive. It's actually an INC giving project. And this was sponsored by the Children's Worship Service Organization here in Greater Toronto. So thank you to all the parents and CWS officers, Children's Worship Service officers who participated in that. And last Friday, we held a Bible mission, again sponsored by the Children's Worship Service officers, led by our Christian Family Organization overseer, Brother Clark Aquino. Special mention to you, Brother Clark, and to your may bahay, Sister AA. Magandang gabi po. Good evening po sa inyo. On Monday, we would like to invite everyone here in the Ecclesiastical District of Greater Toronto to participate and prepare for our most awaited Unity Games, which we held at the Toronto Metropolitan University. Yeah, this is like right in the middle or the heart of downtown Toronto. So whether or not it will be a humid day, a fantastic opportunity to meet all your friends and loved ones, invite all your friends as well, and enjoy the Unity Games approved by the church administration. Praises be to our Almighty God. See you there. And if you're going to commute early, because everyone will be on holiday hours. So sleep the night before early as well. Everyone here in Greater Toronto. And if you're traveling, it's better to carpool, right? Because all we know here in Toronto, parking is not really
Most accessible.
most accessible. That's correct. Yeah, and that's it from Greater Toronto.
Ayun. And make sure to cheer on your team for Unity Games as well. And for the District of Manitoba, we just had our Pasugo Quiz International as well last week. And congratulations to the Espiritu family for winning the Pasugo Quiz. So congratulations to them. And it was such a fun and awesome time watching them during the quiz as well. And coming up next, actually, so we're gonna take a little break from the activities for now, but we're gonna go off to our French 101.
Bienvenue to French 101, Vinhi edition. My name is Brother DJ Novasters from the local Midtown Toronto, District of Greater Toronto. The words for today are heat waves and summer. Heat waves in French is vague de chaleur, and summer in French is été. Here's how I could use them in a sentence. Many regions have suffered heat waves. In French, that's de nombreuses régions ont subi des vagues de chaleur. This summer is going to be our most challenging tour. In French is cet été sera votre tournée la plus difficile. Sister Sophie, do you know the rest of the words for today, and can you please use them in a sentence?
Hello, Paul. I'm Sister Sophie Onshano, a CWS choir and a Bible student from the locale of Midtown Toronto, District of Greater Toronto. Brother DJ, my words are number 3, climate, in French, climat. Sample sentence. The country's climate is ideal for growing grapes. In French, le climat du pays est idéal pour la culture de raisin. Number 4, dehydrated, déshydraté. Feminine 2 E's, masculine 1 E. Sample sentence. I'm dehydrated because I've been sweating. In French, the sentence is je suis déshydraté parce que je transpire. Thank you. Bye bye, Paul.
Merci, Sister Sophie. That's it for French 101. We hope you learned something new today. Au revoir.
Ayun. Honestly, all the words that I could say was 18, which is summer. That's it. That's all I got. Ate Kathleen, were you gonna say something?
Nahirapan ako. I don't know. I could not process the the words there. It was very ano. Oh, I don't have a video. But anyways, that's it.
Ayun. Anyways, we're gonna jump back into our activities, which is our catching up with Canada.
Welcome back to Catching Up with Canada. Let's see what our brethren have been up to this week and what other activities we can expect.
All right. So I want to start off with the District of Manitoba. Actually, tomorrow we're going to have our evangelical mission both in the English and French language, which is happening at Norwood Hotel, which is 112 Marion Street in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So it's going to be both taught in English and in French. So that was a timely transition there for French 101. So that'll actually be in the area where a lot of our French community live as well. So we hope to see all of our French-speaking brethren also there tomorrow supporting our evangelical mission. Anything for Greater Toronto, Kuya?
Not at the moment. What about there in Edmonton?
Here in the District of Edmonton, we are going to have a special gathering for all officers this July 5 at 7:30 p.m. at the Wellington Chapel. And then on July 7, we have another special gathering for our finance department, but this time it will also be in the Eastwood Chapel. And that is all our activities. Back to you, Sister LJ.
Awesome. Thank you, Ate Zaira. What about you, Ate Hazel?
Yes, so we do have a few activities this long weekend. It is the Canada Day weekend, but for the District of Calgary, we have a musical evangelical mission that will be tomorrow at Glenmore Academy. This is at 6 p.m. po. It should be very exciting. I know it's been a very successful activity for a lot of the other districts, so I am excited to listen and hear all the choir members and all the people that have participated to actually perform on stage with us. So what we also do have is our district 3 versus 3 basketball on Monday. And it looks like my camera feed is not working either. And we also have a socializing at Canyon Meadows Community Center. So that will be on Monday. I'm not quite sure the time yet, but stay tuned. If you are planning on coming, please let us know so we know that what time for you to come and get there. But I do have something to mention from I know we had CFO activities, but seeing that LJ did mention it earlier, we did have a career convention that the District Cadi was sponsored last weekend. So I just wanted to mention that was a very successful event. Attending, I was one of the people that was able to be part of the booth with my career, but there was a lot of different professionals. People learned from the fields of HR, law, IT, finance, and accounting, just to name a few. So it was a great activity and a great event to have. So career convention. And we also had the Pasugo Quiz International, which was as well for our district. And we just want to say my congratulations to the Relioda family from my locale, the local congregation of Westmount, who won the competition. So yes, that's all for me.
Thank you for that, Sister Hazel. And special mention to our SCAN advisor, Brother Wilworth Bonto, who is also on the live chat, according to Wilworth Bonto. Hello from the District of Greater Toronto. Wilworth, hello. I know we're just one drywall away. If you look to your left, we're here. Yes, tomorrow, I forgot. We have a special gathering of all officers and oath taking, which will be led by our district minister, Brother Raul Adalia. To all officers, congratulations and praises be to our mighty God.
Ayun. And actually, Tita Zenny is here too. She's here with us too. She's just gonna come say hi.
Just gonna come say hi.
Ayun, Sister Zenny.
Yan.
Ayun. So we're all here. We're all here in the office. She's sending her greetings as well. Ayan.
Unfortunately, it was lagging a little bit, so we'll just send a screenshot to everyone.
Or you'll see in the replay back. Hopefully. Oh yeah. Ayun. So anyways, it's good. Oh, she's saying it's good. It's good. We're back on YouTube. Sorry, go ahead, Kaya.
That's okay. I saw one more thing from one of our registered nurses here in Greater Toronto. Again, Sister Fakira, thank you for all your input in our topic today, which is heat wave preparedness. To all the people who are in the workforce, especially if you are in the industry where you do a lot of heavy lifting, now's the time to consider hydrating properly and always keep at a spot where you are not alone, so that the risk of getting a heat stroke or heat fatigue is not too
on a higher level.
On a higher level, yeah.
Yeah. And did we actually, before we go off to our outro too, let's just do last greetings as well. I know some of our panelists would also like to say their last greetings. Ate Kathleen, do you have any greetings that you would like to send out to your district?
Yes, thank you so much, Sister LJ. Would like to greet po our district minister here in the District of British Columbia, Brother Glendo H. Baitan, our assistant district minister po, Brother Romeo Maglaya. As well, would like to greet Brother Renel Romero, our Christian Family Organization overseer. Brother Brian Bellarmino po, our district multimedia advisor, and of course, would also like to greet our resident minister from here in Squamish Group Worship Service, Brother J.C. Cad. Also would like to greet my husband who's in the live chat, Brother Christian Ga. Hello po, and thank you so much, Sister LJ. my husband is just on the side. I greeted him on the live, but yeah, that's all. So for me, just a takeaway: always prepare and make sure po that we are always prepared, especially if there are some heat waves in our heat wave alerts. But always look at the weather forecast and making sure that before we go outside, we are prepared to bring all the supplies we need. Always bring your water bottle with you every time you go out of the house, because you never know what's going to happen ahead of you. So, but yeah, thank you so much, Sister LJ.
Awesome. Thank you, Ate Kathleen. What about you, Ate Zaira? Any last takeaways from today's topic, and as well as your special greeting?
Yes, in the District of Edmonton, I would like to mention our District Supervising Minister, Brother Rolando E. Gabiola, our District CFO Overseer, who was in the live chat as well, Brother Brian Justin Takning, our DMM Advisor, Brother Romel Cruz, and my resident minister in the locale of Eastwood, Brother Eugene Agustin. I would also like to mention my aunts who are actually just watching in the other room, tuning in, but they weren't in the live chat, my parents, and to also my friend Jared for texting me to stay hydrated while hosting today. My takeaway: always stay hydrated, keep cool, keep an ice pack on you. Honestly, there is an emergency ice pack that you can just hit on the ground and it will start cooling for you, and always bring a water bottle. That is all, Sister LJ.
Awesome. Thank you, Ate Zaira. What about you, Ate Hazel? Last takeaways from today's topic, and as well as your special greetings.
Yes, so I'll start with my special greetings here. So from the District of Calgary, I just want to greet our District Supervising Minister, Brother Voltaire Tamisin, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Elizari Arcia, our acting and current District Multimedia Advisor and CFO Overseer, Brother Johnny Adalia. And of course, I would like to, I never actually really greet my family and my current resident minister, my dad, Brother Herminio Bunag from the local congregation of Westmount. As for final takeaways, Just stay cool, prepare for the weather. If it is hot, make sure you dress appropriately for the weather. So, yes.
Ayun, thank you, Ate Hazel. And of course, I would just like to also say my greetings, but I'll do a little bit of takeaway as well. So yes, make sure to be prepared when you are going to be outside on a heat wave or even just summer in general, because it gets really hot sometimes. Make sure you wear a hat, stay in nice shaded areas, and as well, yes, sunscreen. Tita Zedaida was just saying sunscreen as well, or your sunblock as well, not just on your face, but also all over your body, just so you don't get a sunburn as well. And make sure you keep hydrated. But also for my special greetings, of course, I would also like to greet my home district, the District of Manitoba, to our District Minister, Brother Roland W. Andrade, and as well our CFO advisor, Brother Ivan Pascual. I would also just like to greet as well my INCRadio podcast family. And I would just like to say congratulations to Brother Jacob Estrella for graduating in New Era University. He graduated in high school. So congratulations to all of our graduates for the month of June, both abroad and as well there in the Philippines. And Kuya Homer, what about you? Any last takeaways from you?
Congratulations to all the graduates.
To all the graduates, congratulations!
One more to add regarding the survival supplies. Instead of bottle, right? Why not a gallon of water?
And there's also like big water bottles that are a gallon anyway.
The water bottle nowadays is just one gulp for me. So, and you can buy ones that do not disintegrate if they're exposed in sunlight. Because the dollar, the ones that you can buy for like $1, you can't leave it in the car.
Oh, because
if you leave it in the car, then you can't drink it anymore. It's going to give you a stomach ache. Which will be scientifically explained by Sister Kathleen next week.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind, when we're drinking water, make sure that it is it's a balance. You don't just drink too much, because that will also be bad for your health as well. So making sure that recommendedly would be drinking 8 glasses of water. A little bit too much can actually also dehydrate you, because you're going to be urinating as much as more. So that's not really good for your health as well. So drinking plenty of water, but just enough for our body, right?
And while we still have time and we're talking about the topic of water, how about since we're all talking about having all these waters instead of water bottles, what about those the containers that say BPA? What does that mean?
I totally forgot. I think it's biopolyvinyl, something like that. I totally forgot. So I will get back to you on that, Sister Hazel, what does a BPA means.
That's why she's gonna do that next week's show.
On the next week's show, if you get me prepared for that one.
All right, before I read the outro, one more special mention to Brother DJ and Sister Sophie, and to Sister Zenny, who's here with us. Thank you to everyone who have shared your thoughts and your special mentions in the YouTube live chat. Always support INCRadio, where we always spread good vibes. Yeah, before we end the show, a special acknowledgement goes to our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and to our Christian Family Organization Coordinator, Brother Angelo Eraño Manalo, for everything that you do for all of us. For your love and concern, we appreciate them po. Thank you, and we love you so much po. To our District Minister in Greater Toronto, Brother Raul Adalia, our CFO, our Christian Family Organization Overseer, Brother Clark Aquino, and our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Dan Falserano, thank you so much.
Ayun. And that is pretty much it for our show today. But we hope to see you next week. And hopefully Ate Kath will remember to tell us what BPA means next week. But
I think I can remember now. BPA means bisphenol. It's a production of plastic. So basically, when you say BPA free, it's like a chemical compound that is used to make certain plastics for the bottles. And those creations of bottles nowadays, there were a lot of studies and research telling you that there are some health effects. So that's what the BPA, I think it's bisphenol, I think so. But yeah, you can Google it.
Thank you so much, Sister Kathleen, Sister Hazel, Sister Zaira, and Sister LJ. Thank you for tuning to INC Radio Canada. Till next time, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in.
Pag-usapan